So very quickly we obtained tickets, we were put in a waiting area, we were loaded within about 20 minutes, all very efficiently, everything looking good, and we were told the crossing was 5 hours, although somebody else told us 2 hours. So anyway, we just sat and watched the fishermen unloading their catch, and unfortunately we didn't depart till 12:20. Right, here we are on board. What is it? Legazpi. The ship Legazpi. I don't know whether they call it RMS or what they call it here. But yeah, we're going over to the island of Masbate. We thought there was a direct route to Cebu, but there isn't. So we have to go this way. Just interested in seeing the fishing boats offloading all their fish. Loading the lorries. We've been put at the very back, maybe to get to the side to show you, but you were just allowed to walk down through the loading bay unhindered. Wouldn't happen anywhere we know.
I'm the driver, he's the passenger. It's in the front of the car if you want to get it. The white head. Yeah, the white car. The white ball. In the middle. Thank you.
Yeah, this is for if you book a, I know some of the bigger ones, you can, longer trips you book overnight, yeah. So you've got bunk beds. He said it sinks, you just have to swim out the window. Always look at the optimistic side.
Look how calm it is.
Yeah, nice and calm after our rainy, windy journey down from Pampanga. Right, here we are on board. What is it? Legazpi. The ship Legazpi. I don't know whether they call it RMS or what they call it here. But yeah, we're going over to the island of Masbate. We thought there was a direct route to Cebu, but there isn't. So we have to go this way. Just interested in seeing the fishing boats offloading all their fish. Loading the lorries. We've been put at the very back, maybe to get to the side to show you, but you were just allowed to walk down through the loading bay unhindered. Wouldn't happen anywhere we know.
I'm the driver, he's the passenger. It's in the front of the car if you want to get it. The white head. Yeah, the white car. The white ball. In the middle. Thank you. No. Bogo. It is the top of Cebu. Bogo. B-O-G-O. You don't? Right, when you get to Masbate, instead of going to Masbate, turn left. Left. And keep going until you see Bantayan Island. You know Bantayan?
I am not familiar to Masbate.
Yeah, this is for if you book a, I know some of the bigger ones, you can, longer trips you book overnight, yeah. So you've got bunk beds. He said it sinks, you just have to swim out the window.
Always look at the optimistic side.
Look how calm it is.
Yeah, nice and calm after our rainy, windy journey down from Pampanga. Good seating area here as well. Taking a walk around most of the stations, so you have to know those. No, this is the bow. Oh, right by the wheelhouse.
nice.
Yeah, right by the wheelhouse as well. Interesting. I don't know if we're allowed to walk here, but we have. Nobody said you can't. So we're going direct ahead there to Masbate Island, and then we're going to try and get a ferry today across to Bogo in Cebu, North Cebu, but we don't know if it's possible or not. If not, there's definitely one at midday tomorrow. So we'll find a hotel on the island and try and catch up on our sleep and maybe some beer intake, or if we force ourselves, maybe, yeah. So,
Hello, po. Kumusta?
so I got it wrong. The name of the port is Legazpi, and the name of this ship is the motor vessel Monreal, according to the lifebelts anyway. Spotted in the distance the Mayan volcano, which we drove by, but I couldn't take any photos because I was driving. You can just see the very top of it with what sort of cloud on it, makes it look like it's got a veil on. But yeah, next time I pass this area I want to go and have a closer look, but it's only a pointy rock at the end of the day, I suppose.
Tamban dito, 20 pesos lang. Now, obviously to me,
So went for a kip and then was woken by the tannoy announcing our imminent arrival, and we thought, great, only took an hour and a half, and somebody told us 2 hours, another person 5 hours. So sat on the chair, plastic chair that I found by the rail, just to watch us coming into the port. Took one last look over my shoulder at the Mayon volcano, and then looked at the port we were arriving at. Then my eye focused on the name, Clavia, but Masbate. So it said the right island, but didn't recognise the port name. Turns out this is a stop on the way, which is literally only an hour and a half after we left, hence the quick journey. And it's not even on Masbate. It's an island called El Burion or something, I think. And we still had another 4 hours to go. Nobody actually told us that we were going to have a stop. And this has been a problem all throughout the journey so far, that nobody tells you any information. Everything online is out of date or incorrect. Everybody you ask tells you different. We literally asked 3 different crew members how long it took, and they all told us different times.
So we thought we were doing really well. We thought we had it all sussed. We thought we were going to be doing the whole journey back from Pampanga to Cebu in like 18 hours. We were feeling quite smug. How wrong we were. This is the Versailles. Basically, we suddenly realised the port that we pulled into, which you've just seen the video of, even though it says Masbate, was actually a satellite island to Masbate, even though it's called Burion Island on the map. So we inquired, where the hell are we? And they basically said, this is the first stop, but you didn't tell us that. Well, we're going direct to Masbate after this. So an hour and 20 minutes later, we started heading towards Masbate, and this is what we're doing now. But they said it's 4 hours. So we're going to be there at 7 p.m. after getting on the ferry at about 12:30, even though it's meant to have left at 11 a.m. And yeah, it's a bit of a joke, I think maybe the word. So Chris is laughing his head off here. It's like, yeah, we have to just sit back, make the best of it. It's a shame it's not a sunny day. I'll show you. It's pretty gloomy, you know, so it might have been a lot better if it was sunny, sitting here with a non-alcoholic drink, because of course we're driving, can't even have a drink. So now we've got to book into a hotel when we get to Masbate Island, and hopefully we can find somewhere. We've then got to drive down tomorrow to another port for 2 hours to get the ferry, which is going to take us another 6 hours, and it goes on. We don't even know. We really don't even know if that's going to work out. And that's just to get back to Cebu. Then I've got to head off down towards Cebu City to get across to Bohol. And, you know, I really don't know if that's going to run smoothly either. So now we can see why cars are much more expensive in the Versailles, and you know, why it takes so long to get things here. So just watch the space for the next update. And you know, I didn't even bring a fishing rod. So crazy. And here we are at Masbate Port at 7 p.m. 7 hours behind schedule. I feel like Michael Palin when everything used to go wrong with all the scheduling. So here we go, going to walk down out the boat and then into the place where the cars are kept. Well, you know, the garage bit. A bit knackered at present.
One thing that bemused us both was the pictures of rodeo riders and cowboys on the ferry, and we thought, did he not realise that showing yourself as a cowboy is probably not the best idea, especially the way that things had gone. We later found out that Masbate calls itself the rodeo island of the Philippines because they have a rodeo session with cattle, etc. Didn't find out any details of it, but that was a reason why. But that did just bemuse us, just a tad. So while we were waiting to disembark, I went looking online for a hotel for the night and found one of two. This one called the Carlton Martin Hotel, which on the face of it looked very nice. The room was great, the staff were absolutely brilliant, and that they weren't expecting us because they only booked it an hour before. So, but they did everything they could. The only big problem was that the restaurant was closed permanently, so there was no breakfast available, and the rooms had the through-the-wall aircon, which are very noisy, so which didn't help us in sleeping that much. But and also the charge, it was £100 for the 2 rooms for the night, which is very expensive by Philippine standards. But anyway, somewhere to get our heads down and prepare for the rest of the journey in the morning, which, believe it or not, got even worse than what we've already had. Keep watching for part 4 soon.